This film regarding XRipple is maybe the most consequential ever produced. The SEC has suspended the case against Ripple. I had an instinct, but evidence emerged online indicating that the matter was definitively concluded. What is the significance of this to you? The price of XRipple may escalate dramatically at any time. Several individuals speculate it could exceed $1,000, 0 cents, which is quite remarkable. Please view the complete video before commencing. Then the Ripple Visa SEC continues to traverse unforeseen trajectories, causing disquiet among XRP enthusiasts and the broader cryptocurrency community. Numerous individuals assert that this matter is concluded. Nonetheless, it has resurfaced in the headlines owing to legal ambiguities and substantial papers that raise questions about its genuine resolution. The inception was marked by an unusual occurrence. Justin Kinnear, a former suspect in his SEC case, asserted he possessed vital evidence pertinent to the Ripple case. Nevertheless, the SEC rejected his urgent motion, asserting that the district court lacked jurisdiction. The correspondence was dispatched to Judge Annalisa Torres in reply to Kinnear's petition. Given that the case was on appeal, there's a complication, given that Ripple has previously asserted that SE's appeal and its own cross-appeal have been resolved. Why does SE persist in asserting that the case remains under consideration by the Second Circuit Court of Appeals? Cryptography attorney Bill Morgan deemed this dispute peculiar, and it is accurate that two distinctly divergent narratives are presented, one from Ripple, which asserts that the legal dispute has concluded, and another from the SEC, which persists in behaving as if the matter remains unresolved. The inconsistency is not merely perplexing, it may suggest that more substantial issues are occurring covertly, prompting a sense of urgency among XR followers when a user called Danny wrote about the SEC a letter directed to Judge Torres requesting immediate evidence that the wish must be executed promptly due to an impending big event, as the case requiring resolution does not align with the urgency of the situation. The discourse surrounding XRP coin is increasingly developing. In a widely circulated tweet, Dragon asserted that the SEC has designated XRP as a commodity, noting that gold is similarly defined, a commodity or offering. This assertion is audacious, however, it holds some validity. Should XRP be recognized as a commodity with intrinsic worth, independent of securities regulations, it would represent a substantial transformation not only for Ripple, but also for the classification of digital assets in terms of monetary security and worldwide valuation. XRP has long been linked to gold. It could assume a significantly larger role in the financial ecosystem if it occupied a similar digital domain. The SEC's conduct in this case has been peculiar from the outset, and this recent revelation exacerbates the situation significantly. Why regard with such gravity what some have termed legitimate spam? Why assert that the court lacks jurisdiction to act if the cases have already beyond the full? The narrative remains ambiguous. It is uncertain whether this constitutes a tactical delay, a case of internal miscommunication, or an omen of something more substantial. The initial contention regarding XRP's classification as a security has evolved into a broader argument concerning regulatory authority and jurisdictional categorization. One fact is unequivocal. Ripple's association with the SEC extends beyond its we observe and anticipate. Nonetheless, be assured, this merely marks the inception of potential developments regarding cryptocurrency in the United States moving forward. Each document, citation, and contention introduces an additional dimension to a legal narrative that may illustrate the coexistence of innovation and regulation. The curtain ascends on what could be the concluding act or merely another twist in the narrative. Despite the stock market's challenges and prevailing uncertainties, cryptocurrency specialists remain optimistic, asserting that greater advancements will occur in the future. When they talk, it is imperative to listen since it may transform your viewpoint on the matter. Commencing with the most outrageous claims, Jack the Rippler, a renowned authority in the domain, asserted with certainty a 10% increase per expert this year. Had such a forecast been made earlier, it would have been disregarded, but it is now becoming challenging to overlook, especially as Scroop gains momentum following the lawsuit. Steph, a prominent figure in the neighborhood, provided an additional reminder from now until 6 months hence. Creole will generate riches for individuals. Nevertheless, it is essential to recognize that this is not mere rhetoric. It exemplifies the fidelity of those who have endured for years and have weathered adversity. The script also includes the AI component. Dragon forecasts that Scroop will exceed $35.00 within 3 months. Although AI predictions may not consistently be precise, they generally consider extensive data, trends, business cycles, and human emotions. An increase to $35.00 would signify a substantial transformation in XRP's valuation and its worldwide story. Yet Matthew Breen, COO of CryptoCharge, presents the most compelling forecast. He recently contended that Rex should receive compensation ranging from $100.00 to $1.00. It originates from an individual not seeking publicity, and you will encounter that during the forthcoming decade. Brian asserted that XRP constitutes 50% of his overall cryptocurrency assets and that he has been incrementally augmenting them for more than 5 years. He not just discusses it, he genuinely believes in his assertions. Brennan articulates the practicality of XRP in real-world applications, especially with cross-border commerce and remittances to friends and relatives abroad. He asserted that in a global financial system necessitating faster and more cost-effective solutions, XRP might emerge as the unequivocal leader. He is candidly expressing his intention to liquidate a portion of his XRP assets to generate income, while retaining some for a long-term investment horizon of 5 to 10 years. I recognize the potential in transferring funds domestically and internationally within 5 seconds for less than 1 cent. Years, illustrating his conviction that XRP would play a vital role in the forthcoming evolution of global finance. He is not solitary, as the town's disposition has transitioned from conjecture to strategizing. XRP is not only poised for substantial growth, but also aligns with its long-term goals. Breen posits that prices may escalate to 3 or 4 digits on that date, despite differing opinions. Nevertheless, specialists at Telegan suggest that XRP may not attain $500.00 within the next 25 years, reflecting a more gloomy outlook. This huge divergence in predictions underscores the complexity of the cryptocurrency sector. The overall economy, regulation, adoption, alliances, and various other factors will influence XRP's growth. Sexper distinguishes itself from other cryptocurrencies by having withstood a challenging case from the SEC and possessing a tangible product